rude, train, interrupting me. The other thing I've got to do, I'll just wait. Nice turn signal, Bubby. That is a pink truck and I love it. Like it's pink. If I see it again, I'll take a picture. You gonna turn? Okay, cool. Thank you. Good morning, Dragonlings. Welcome to a new vlog. Hopefully this turns out alright because I am running errands. Just dropped Justin off at work and now I'm headed to the post office because I have something that needs to be mailed. No, I'm heading to Family Dollar because I need to pick up envelopes, and then I'm headed to the post office to drop off something that needs to be mailed. And then I'm going to be heading home to have my usual work date with Amy, and once we wrap that up, I am heading to Cut Bank because I want to go get my nails done if possible. There is a nail salon. There's been a couple of people I've seen with very pretty nails here in town, and they said they got their nails done at a salon in Cut Bank. And there is, so we typically go through Conrad in order to get to Great Falls, and I actually go to Conrad by itself fairly often. I do not often go to Cut Bank. However, I still go to both of those towns more so than I go to Great Falls because they're each like 30 minutes away versus Great Falls being like an hour and a half depending on which side of Great Falls you're going to in traffic. So that is what I am doing this morning, is that because having a nail care routine is part of my magical girl transformation. I definitely pick at my nails more, the cuticles, the dead skin, stuff like that, when I don't have my nails done. And having my nails done, because my brain latches on the fact that, ooh, pretty, don't fuck them up, I stop messing with them as much. So I definitely want to go get my nails done. I've been looking for a salon ever since the one here in Shelby closed. The people who were running it returned to Chester, where they were originally from. And I definitely am not going to Chester. That's almost as far away as Great Falls. Not quite, but almost. So, yeah. I'm going to try this salon in Cut Bank. Hopefully they take walk-ins. I'm also going to be doing some shopping while I'm there in town. And that's where the closest McDonald's is. So I'm going to get some fucking McDonald's for lunch. If you didn't know, I live in a very small town. And our choice of fast food are Pizza Hut and Subway. That's it. That's our choices of fast food. And before anyone goes, oh, it's more processed food, blah, 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 blah. I don't give a fuck. I like my fast food. Okay, I am a hungry hippo. I want my fast food, and I haven't had any other than Subway and Pizza Hut for years, except when we go to other towns like Cut Bank. Conrad doesn't have any. They have a Subway inside one of the gas stations, and so like that's it. That's all they have. So Conrad has even less choices than Cut Bank. Not Cut Bank, Shelby. But Cut Bank has the McDonald's, they have Pizza Hut, they have... And I'm not saying that those are the only restaurants. Those are the only fast food restaurants. So, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and cut this clip off short. I apologize if my seatbelt was rubbing against the mic. Hopefully it wasn't. I tried to prevent that. But I just got to Family Dollar. I'm going to go inside. I'm gonna go get what I need, just the envelopes and maybe a drink because I'm thirsty, and then I will be off to the post office. I have to get this sent out. It was technically due on the 1st, and it is Monday the 4th? Is it the 4th or 3rd? It's the 4th. So hopefully they'll still accept it because they said no late registration, but it was filled out, it just wasn't turned in, so hopefully it'll work. We'll see. We'll find out. Anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go for now. I'll come back and chat with you guys in a minute. So, whoops. Mission halfway accomplished. I got done at Family Dollar. They didn't have envelopes. They're closing down the Dollar Tree section of the Dollar General. It's one of those where it's half Dollar General, half Family Dollar, half Dollar Tree. And they're closing down the Dollar Tree side. Everything is on like 50% off kind of thing on the Dollar Tree side. So they don't have a lot of selection, honestly. But I did manage to get, I will show you when I'm not driving. I did manage to get a new planner. I got me a couple of drinks, but they didn't have any envelopes, so I'm gonna have to get that at the post office, which means I'm gonna pay a fuck ton more. But that's okay. At least I will get this mailed off the way I want to. And another bonus is that I got change, which I needed, because one of the things I'm doing is mailing this out, which is all fine and dandy, but I needed money to go with it. So yeah, hopefully these clips are good. I don't like having the external mic on my shirt. I don't know how some people do it. I think they put it up higher so it doesn't rub. I'm gonna have to try that. I'm gonna have to try that. You know what? Let's do that. Now I've got everything sent off so that the youngest can do soccer. She should be good to go. Hopefully I'm not too late, since like I said, the paperwork was due on the 1st. It's the 4th. Hopefully I'm good. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. And then my second stop obviously was the post office. I checked mail. I got that letter sent off, and it was a good thing I checked mail, because I've been waiting for like the school supply list for the girls. Originally on Friday, which was payday, we were supposed to go to Great Falls. Those plans fell through because my husband got sick, and he's been sick all weekend. Like, he's still hacking up and sneezing and coughing. He's not contagious anymore. His fever's broken. He's good to go, but it was a little touch and go there for a little bit. And like, he wasn't dying or anything. I just told him that if he was still sick on Monday and he was at the point where he was going to call out, we were going to take him to the clinic. Like, he was going to go to the doctor. But it was a good thing I went to the post office, because I think I've got 2 letters from the school, one for each child. It says, to the parents of blah, blah, blah. I think those are our school supply lists. And I forgot, both the girls are technically in junior high now. They should both. One is in high school, actually. I've got a 9th grader and an 8th grader. Like, one's in high school. It should be their class schedules, which is good, because if I need to make changes to their class schedules, or they need to make changes to their class schedules, we need to know about it so we can talk about it. So yeah, that's good. And then I also got what I'm hoping is my health insurance payment cards. I have, through work, I have health insurance, which is great. Pay an arm and a leg for it. I better fucking have health insurance. But like, I also have an HSA, a health savings account, and I've never received cards for it. So I keep getting bills for all of our medical expenses, and they keep going up because we haven't paid them. I either misunderstood, very possible, it's me. I either misunderstood or was misinformed. My understanding, and the reason I haven't been paying the bills, is because I'm going to see the doctors that are at the clinic I work for, or the hospital I work for, and for some reason in my head, because I work there, everything's connected, and they will automatically pull from the HSA account. I don't know why I thought that. I don't know if I was actually told that, or if I just interpreted it that way. Doesn't matter. I had never received my HSA account cards, so that was where my brain went. Oh, it must mean that they're going to automatically pull the payment. They did not. And so I keep getting bills, and because they're late, I keep getting accruing late fees. And so I finally went onto the website, and I was like, I need my cards. And it shows that they sent 2 cards. I've never once received a card. So that's fantastic. But I got 2 letters from them today, and so hopefully those are my cards. Because I really need to get those medical bills paid. I have the money to pay them, or at least I did. Now I probably don't, because like I said, they've been accruing late fees. That's fun. Yay. So happy about that. But yeah, that is my life currently, is that I am now headed home so I can open up these letters, make sure everything's good to go, see what all I need to do, and then I've got 2 other stops I need to make today before I pick up my husband from work and then head to work myself. One of which is that I'm going to go get my nails done. I haven't gotten my nails done in months because the nail salon that was here in town closed down. The people who were running it moved back to live with family and keep their store open in Chester. They had 2. They had one here in Shelby and one in Chester. And so they went to the one in Chester. Not a big deal. That's cool. But I've been looking for one ever since. I have gone to the one in Great Falls, which I do enjoy going to, but Great Falls is an hour and a half away. The salon I like going to is an hour and a half away. Like, I can't do that every few weeks and still get all the stuff done in Great Falls that we need to do. Because we only go to Great Falls every once in a blue moon for grocery shopping. Bulk grocery shopping, actually. So I've seen a couple people here in town lately that said that they were getting their nails done in Cut Bank. And so I got the information for that salon, and I'm going to go to them. And the reason I go to get my nails done, I've been trying press-on nails, and even the ones that says they're supposed to hold for like 2 weeks at a time, I don't know if it's just because I'm so hard on my nails, or if it's because of the job I work, or what it is, but they keep popping off at the most inconvenient times. And I'm using super glue. I don't use the nail glue that comes with the nails. I use super glue, and it still doesn't hold. So that's my plan, is to go get my nails done. Plus, since I'll be in Cut Bank, I might as well go grocery shopping. And there is a McDonald's there. In Shelby, it's a small town. We have 2 choices of fast food: Pizza Hut and Subway. And depending on your viewpoint, those aren't even fast food. So take that as you will. There are other restaurants. The one that Justin and I usually go to for our dinner dates is actually closed because the owners went on vacation. This is their second week of vacation, so they'll be back next week. But they went on vacation to Maui, and I'm super jealous because, not that I want to go to Maui. I have no desire to go to Maui. I just want to go on a fucking vacation where I can go somewhere. And that sounds like a dream. Can I go to a beach and have a Mai Tai? I don't even know what a Mai Tai is. I don't know if I would like Mai Tai. I'm not that big of a drinker. But I just want to go to have a Mai Tai, be on vacation, have no cares in the world, give no fucks. That sounds like the dream. The dream. But I'm super happy for them. They're celebrating their anniversary, so like it's perfect for them. It's great. But I am low-key jealous. And yeah, so they're closed this week because of that. They were closed last week and they're closed this week. And there's a couple other restaurants, but again, the choices are slim. They're only open, most of them are not open on weekends. That's just fun. And because I work nights, it's really hard for us to do anything during the week. So yeah, since I'll be in Cut Bank, I'm going to get myself some McDonald's because I can and I want to. And the closest other McDonald's other than Cut Bank is Great Falls, which again is an hour and a half away from me. Cut Bank is only 30 minutes. We don't often go to Cut Bank, every once in a blue moon we go to Cut Bank. Every once in a while we go to Conrad, which again about 30 minutes away. But yeah, that is what I'm doing today. Is I'm going to go run some errands. I'm going to go grocery shopping. I'm going to get my nails done, and yeah. Anyways, I will catch up with you guys later because I'm almost home, and I want to take a break real quick from chatting with you guys so I can get stuff unloaded from the truck, get the dogs out of the house for a little bit, and then go to the bathroom because all of a sudden I have to pee. Probably because I got a drink and I've been drinking it. I haven't even drank that much. I drank 2 drinks. 2 sippies. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cut this clip off. So I can get that done. And hopefully this clip turns out okay. Hopefully you can hear me all right. Hopefully everything's hunky-dory. Hopefully the sound of my truck isn't louder than the sound of my voice with the mic right next to my face. So we'll see. I am testing things out. If I have to, I will re-record this. But anyways, I'll talk with you guys later. Bye. Have fun adventure! Adventure number 3? Family Dollar, Post Office, Cut Bank. Adventure number 3. We're going to count it as 3. Let's go! Adventures are done. We are done in Cut Bank. We went to 4 places. We went and got my nails done. Gwen has joined me for this adventure, so if you hear someone in the background, it's her. I'm going to turn the AC off for a second. We'll turn it back on in a minute. We need to get new windshield wipers. That has been on the list for a while. So we went and we got my nails done, and then we went to Norman's we were looking quite a few things there. And of course, like any store, we got things there. Gwen got a hammerhead shark. I got some dragons for me and Justin. I feel like we got something else there, but I can't remember what it was. Book covers. Because we were getting school supplies. We also got we went to Family Dollar first, actually, before Norman's. And we got some of her school supplies there.
5 places then.
Mm-hmm. Family Dollar. What did I say?
Family Dollar, Norman's, Albertsons.
Oh, you said 5 places. I was trying to figure out what you said.
Oh, 5 places.
So, nails, Family Dollar, Norman's. Hello, sir. And then we went to Albertsons to get our groceries because we had that was one of the main reasons we were coming here. And we got dinner at McDonald's. And I'm eating my fries because they're tasty. I'm addicted to McDonald's fries. I'm really sad that there's not a McDonald's near us. It makes me very, very sad. And now it's raining. And I had an older gentleman. I think he was talking to me. And maybe I'm wrong. But I think he was trying to flirt with me. Failing miserably. And the reason I think he was trying to flirt with me is because as soon as he saw my ring, he suddenly stopped. Like, no more conversation was had after that. And I found that quite interesting. So, maybe, I'm not certain. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I do know this. He has apparently had several ex-girlfriends who have all of them have ended up in jail. And his youngest and newest one, who is serving 15 years currently for stealing from Albertsons and a couple other grocery stores locally, is 28, and this gentleman was 61. So I've still got it, I guess. I don't know how to feel about all this. But we're now headed back to pick up Justin from work, because by the time we get back to Shelby, it'll be time to pick him up. He should be off now, actually. And then we're gonna go home and put all the groceries away and eat dinner. I'm gonna finish eating dinner. I'm gonna finish my fries before we get to Shelby. I'm just saying. But yeah, we are off to see the wonderful Wizard of Oz. So today's adventures have come to an end. We did a whole bunch of stuff. This morning, before I dropped off my husband at work, went to the post office, went to Family Dollar, came home. I was expecting to have a work date with Amy, but never even heard from her. Don't know what's going on there. It's okay. It happens every once in a while. Sometimes we're on opposite schedules as each other, and it's okay. Let's see what else. And then my youngest and I went to Cut Bank, where I got my nails done, and look, they're so pretty. They're so pretty. I'll take a better picture and show it on the screen. But I love them. I chose a new shape. I usually do the ballerina or coffin shape, and I love that. This is still my favorite. But my sisters adore the almond shape, and so I was like, fuck it, I'll try it. And I was telling the guy, I was like, I usually prefer the ballerina, the coffin shape. However, most of the time, the people who've done my nails in the past haven't wanted to do them short, and they've been too long for me to use at work. Also makes it hard to type. So I was like, I'll try this pair, which is what both of my sisters swear by. And I told him, he was like, so how do you like them? And I was like, it makes me feel like I have claws. So I have claws, and I love it. And they are blue and green. I did blue with they used a bright yellow powder to make the green on top of the blue. Obviously, blue and green make. It took me a moment to realize that blue and yellow make green. My youngest had to point it out. She's like, yeah, duh, it's green, not yellow, Mom, because blue and yellow make green. I'm like, oh, yeah, duh. Duh. It would have looked cool with yellow too if it had stayed yellow, but I'm actually happy with the green. So they're like this blue and green ombre effect, and I love them. Absolutely adore them. But then from there, we went to a country store called Norman's, where we looked around and did some stuff and got some things. Nope, we went to Family Dollar. I don't know why I keep forgetting Family Dollar. We went to Family Dollar in Cut Bank because I wanted to compare the two stores, and we picked up a lot of her school supplies there because I got her school supply list. don't have the oldest school supply list. I imagine I won't get the school supply list for the oldest until I get their school schedule and we know what classes she's in. And then we'll get a school supply list, which won't be happening until like 2 days before class starts. I hate that so much. I remember my mom complaining about that, and now I know why, because it's a bitch. But anyways, and I don't know why I forgot Family Dollar too, because that's where I got this. Laffy Taffy. Banana is the best. I love anything banana. If it's banana flavored, bring it on. This is for me, bitch. I am not sharing. This says shareable. This is made to share. I'm not sharing this. And I got 4 of them, and they are all mine. These I'm not sharing. Made to share. I hope that's a joke. But yeah, anything banana flavored, doesn't matter if it's Laffy Taffy or any other kind of candy, and then green apple are my 2 favorites. More you know. 3rd favorite is blue raspberry. But anyways, all that being said, we went to Family Dollar, then Norman's, which is a Western store that carries a bunch of other things too. And then we went to Albertsons to go grocery shopping, and then we went to McDonald's to pick up dinner. And now we're back home. But actually, we went to my husband's job to pick him up and sat there for like an hour and a half because he did not get off when I thought he was going to get off. And had I realized he was going to get off later than I thought he was going to get off, I would have taken all the groceries home and then come back to town to pick him up. Some of the groceries probably sat in the truck too long. They were all cold still. We put them away as soon as we got home. I literally just sat down after everything got put away. So I am tired. I should have taken a nap by now. And I can't because the dog decided to bring in sand spurs, so my bed is covered in sand spurs. I have to clean that up before I go sleepy sleep, and I want to take like an hour nap. I'm gonna do that. Alright, I'll touch with you guys later because I'm gonna go take a nappy naps before I have to go to work tonight. Bye. Hey Dragonlings, so this is gonna be like a quick-ish update. It's me, it's probably not gonna be quick. But I'm still getting work done. Like I'm doing things. But I'm not doing so good today. And I probably would be fine, except for this week has been a hell of a week so far. So yesterday I did all my running around errands stuff. So Monday I did all my running around errands stuff. And so like I knew it was going to be a rough day because usually what happens is Mondays I get a nap in like 2 to 3 hours before I come to work. And I did get a nap in, but just like the time I got that nap in was shifted and it wasn't as long of a nap. So that affected like my work performance last night. And then I get home and I was like, cool, it's fine because I'll go home, I will crash, I will go to bed, and I will be fine and dandy. That is not what happened. See, what happened was that because I had to contact my boss about something, she decided to respond back, and which was fine. Like I was letting her know some stuff I didn't get a chance to send her an email about or leave her a note about. I completely spaced doing either one of those things before I left for the day. So I was just texting her real quick being like, hey, by the way, this is something that happened, kind of thing, just so you guys know and you guys aren't freaking out, kind of thing. And she texted back, okay, cool. But then she sent me another text message right before I was getting ready to go to bed that said, hey, call me when you get up. I need to talk to you about something. And I'm like, great. And of course, my anxious little irritating brain was like, oh, we done fucked up about something. What was it this time? What did we fucked up? And my brain went through every single possible scenario it could have been. And so I went to bed, an hour later than I usually would have on a normal day versus a day that I hadn't really gotten my good sleep the day before. Because I could not fucking sleep. I went to bed like basically right as my husband left for work, and I was tossing and turning. I was basically staring at the ceiling for like 3 hours, and that sucked. And then when I finally did actually fall asleep, I was tossing and turning. Not cool. And then the last thing is that my alarm is set for like 4 p.m. because lately Justin hasn't even been getting off work until like 6-7 o'clock in the evening. And so I'm like, cool, I can get up, I can do a couple things before he gets home, I can start dinner before he gets home, it'll be ready by the time he gets home, and then we can hang out a little bit, chat, talk about his day and stuff before I go to work. Why is it that I woke up 2 hours before my alarm was supposed to go off after tossing and turning and not getting good enough sleep, and not on top of not getting good enough sleep the day before? Like, I know why. It's because my brain was caught up on the fact that my boss wanted to call her. I know why. And even once I woke up, I was still running through various scenarios. I probably went through like 150 million different scenarios of what possibly could have been the topic of what she wanted to talk to me about. And I'm like, great, lovely. I hate when people do that, okay? And like, I hate it to the point where like, if I have to do that with someone, I legit say, hey, I need to talk to you whenever you get a chance. It's nothing bad. I have an idea to run by you, but I want to make sure you have enough time to talk about it. I literally put all of that in there to make sure that they don't go through the anxious brain thing that I go through every time someone does that to me. Like, really, fuck you if you do that shit. Because people like me who are anxious little moles are going to bury themselves into the ground because of it. But I don't know if it's because of that anxiety, the lack of sleep, the fucked up sleep schedule I'm keeping recently because of everything I'm doing, right or wrong, or because of the fact that my husband was sick this last weekend and now I've caught it. I woke up, I was fine. 2 hours later, right around the same time my alarm usually goes off, all of a sudden my throat started hurting. And it's still, right now, fucking hurts. Like, right here. It just hurts. It doesn't hurt to talk. Like, it's talking itself is not painful. Swallowing is painful. Drinking water is fucking painful. Anything cold is fucking painful. I drank some orange juice before I came to work because we bought some orange juice for my husband when he was sick. Because that's like one of the main things we always do. Is he's like, I need some orange juice. I'm like, got you, boo. So I drank some orange juice. It felt like someone was stabbing me with 1,000 million pieces of broken glass shards. Like, it literally felt like someone had broken a mirror and just shoved it all down my throat while I was drinking that orange juice. And it sucks. It sucks. So I don't know if I'm actually coming down sick or if it's just the stress from the boss or if it's the fact that I fucked up my sleep schedule and I'm trying to get back on it. It's one of those three, maybe a combination, or it could be the weather. We're literally having days where it's like 100 plus degrees and then all of a sudden a couple days later it'll drop down to like the 40s, 50s and rain, only to warm back up the next day and be hot and humid again. Or like dry heat. Most of the time we have dry heat when it's hot. So it's just been like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And like there was one day, or last week, it had been the hundreds. We had the AC on. And then no one turned the AC off. So I came home in the morning from work and it was fucking cold in the house because no one had turned the AC off. And the temperature had dropped down to like the mid 40s. And I was like, fuck. So it could be that too. It could be the weather, it could be the AC, it could be the stress, it could be the fact that I'm actually getting sick, or it could just be a factor of multiple different things. It could be anything. I do know that earlier tonight I was just like rugged and I was sluggish and I was like, ugh. And I took a short nap and now I'm fine. So I feel great. Other than the fact that my throat hurts, I feel great, I should say. But I purposely waited a few hours before contacting my boss. And part of the reason is that I didn't want her to get the idea. I'm very much of the mindset around here. It's becoming very, very much more obvious that they are this company. Everyone in this fucking company is the kind of person, if you give them an inch, they will take a mile. So I didn't want to call her when I first woke up because I didn't want her thinking, oh, 2 o'clock, that's the time she usually wakes up, and start calling me in the future at that time. Fuck that shit. So I purposely waited until like 5:30 and just acted like I just woke up. And you want to know what the sad part is? Everything she told me could have been an email. It was literally one problem and she was just checking in. She was like, hey, I got a complaint about XYZ. And I was like, no, I don't do that. I was like, but here are some scenarios where someone might have seen something like that happening and I don't know what to tell you. She's like, okay, I will research and I'll find out more information and I'll get back to you. I'm like, cool, that's fine. Our phone conversation was less than 5 minutes and it could have been a fucking email. Or a note left on a piece of paper in laundry, which she's prone to do too. Or she could have just typed it up in the fucking text message, like in a response back to what I told her. Any of those could have happened. I did not need to go through this anxiety-ridden ball of fucked up sleep for what she talked to me about. I am so fucking annoyed. I hate this company so much. I don't hate the company. I love my job. I straight up love my job. I love what I do. it allows me to get away with so much because it is physically demanding. Like, don't get me wrong, I am working my ass off. I get 5,000 to 10,000 steps a day from work hours alone. So it is hard, but it is not mentally challenging. So I can either listen to YouTube videos, which I do a lot of times. I can listen to audiobooks, which I do a lot of times. I can listen to music, which I do a lot of times. Or I actually have the option that if I really wanted to, I haven't done this yet because I am just so out of the habit of doing so, I could be dictating my stories. Like, I could be actively writing, quote unquote writing, while I'm working. Sorry about the possible angle change. My phone did something funky and I had to stop recording. But this week just hasn't turned out so far like I would like it to. And there's nothing wrong with that. That happens from time to time. But it does make things challenging. And it does, like, wear on me over time because, like, I'm so, as much as I love this job, as much as I love doing what I am doing, and there are still plenty of people out there, people who make more money than I do, who look down on people like me because of what I do. But at the same time, at the end of the day, I don't give a flying fuck when anyone thinks about what I do. Because what I do pays me enough, typically, usually, kind of. With the rising cost of everything these days, not quite as well as it could. But I make pretty decent money. Like, I make above minimum wage. So I can't complain too much. And I make above what everyone thinks the minimum wage should be. Like, should be raised to. But I'm still making below a livable wage. And, like, if my husband wasn't working as well, or if either one of us lost our jobs, we'd be fucked. Within, like, a single paycheck, we would be fucked. So I can't just up and quit right now. Like, I need another source of income before I even think about quitting. We don't have savings built up. We're still trying to build back up the money that we used to fix the truck so that we can go down to North Carolina. We will be barely having enough money by the time we go down to North Carolina to cover said cost to get down to North Carolina, and we'll be using the rest of the money to get back from North Carolina. Like, we'll have to, like, the next paycheck will be what gets us back from North Carolina kind of thing. And then after that, we'll be struggling. We'll be like, kind of living paycheck to paycheck kind of thing for a while. Not that we're not already doing that, but I mean, like, more so. Like, it's gonna be a struggle. It'll be okay, but it'll be tough. So I can't do what I would really like to do on days like today when just bullshit happens. And, you know, like, one of the scenarios in my mind was that they were telling me to, that she was going to tell me that my vacation for October, November wasn't approved. Because honestly, they've been hinting at that for a while. It was one of the many reasons that Justin quit and went back to the hotel, is because they kept hinting at the fact that his vacation wouldn't be approved for October, November. And I'm like, I'm not asking permission. I'm telling you what's gonna fucking happen, whether you like it or not. And so, like, that was one of the scenarios that went through my mind. I was prepared. I turned in my notice saying, hey, I verbally said I will not be here in October, November when my sister first got engaged last June, 2024. It was still 2024 when I said, hey, my sister's engaged. I will be gone October, November, 2025. A year and a half out. I verbally said I will be gone these dates. It's in the calendar in their computer system because it's in the calendar in my computer system. Sent company-wide. Not sent company-wide. I just sent to my boss and her boss, my supervisor and her boss, my manager, saying that I'll be gone those 2 weeks. And so one of the scenarios that went through my head was me preparing for, like, a fight, because, like, I was fully prepared for that phone call to be like, hey, we finally got around to reviewing your request, and it's been denied. And I'm still fully expecting that conversation at some point. And the reason for that is because she's now made the calendar for the work month, because she makes our work calendars a month out, but they're like mid-month to mid-month kind of thing. So already we've got the mid-August to mid-September calendar, which means the next calendar will be mid-September to mid-October. And I fully suspect that I am going to get a phone call at some point or an email being like, by the way, your PTO is denied. And I'll be like, by the way, call that my notice because I will not be coming back to that company then. So like I'm fully prepared for that kind of fight coming up. And I fully thought that was what one of the scenarios that went through my mind was that conversation was going to happen today. I was fully prepared for that conversation today. Banking on it, honestly. So yeah, that conversation did not happen. It's coming. I know it is. Like I know deep in the heart of hearts it is coming. So I'm fully prepared for that. Yay me. So yeah, one of the things that's like getting to me right now is like I kind of want to just find another fucking job. Like I want to, as much as I love my job, I'm so fucking tired of this company. We legit last month, every quarter, they're supposed to I think be every month, but every quarter we have what they call employee forum. It's basically the company-wide meeting for everyone and anyone. Like you were required to come to those. So I had to be here at noon, which is midnight for someone who works nights, by the way. I had to be here at noon for an hour-long meeting. And usually we get through like 3 or 4 topics in each one of these meetings and go over like how much money the company's made and blah, blah, blah. And they're really like, this could have been an email kind of thing. The entire meeting, 1.5 hours worth of meeting was about the lack of communication in this place. Because one of the things that happened, not last month, but the month before this meeting, and the meeting was last month, so yeah, 2 months ago, one of the things that happened was they had a doctor. He was one of those doctors that only comes in twice a month because he travels around to the different hospitals throughout Montana, and so he only came in twice a month. The day of his last visit, he apparently quit. And he let HR know, and he let his boss know. Okay? But this company, I swear to God, and it's not the only company that does this. In fact, actually, pretty much every single fucking company I've ever worked for does this. And it pisses me off because there's absolutely no fucking reason for it. But this company decided not to tell anyone. So people who worked were still scheduling appointments for this doctor. And they didn't find out that he no longer worked here until all of his patients came in for an appointment that was pre-scheduled a month before. Only to find out that the doctor wasn't here, not because an emergency happened, but because he had quit a month prior. It is not the first time something like this has happened. And companies will use the lingo, oh, we cannot legally tell you who quit. Yes, you fucking can. You don't have to go into detail, company. All you have to say is, hey, heads up, XYZ person quit. You don't even have to say quit. You can be like, XYZ person no longer works here. We may or may not have a job posting soon. That is all you have to fucking say. And put it in a fucking company-wide email. That's all it takes. I swear to God, that's all it fucking takes. And then they wouldn't have had angry patients who were yelling at everyone and anyone because they came in. Some of them traveled like out of town to come to this appointment because, again, this guy travels and that was the time that was convenient for them, which means they had to travel here. So they had angry patients. They had angry receptionists because they didn't know and they were already scheduling it for like the next month too. Like they were scheduling for this doctor who no longer worked here and we didn't have a replacement. And it happens all the fucking time with this company. It's such bullshit. And so yeah, we spent an hour and a half meeting, talking about nothing but the lack of fucking communication. And not much has changed because there have been two other people have quit since then. I have not once seen anything about they send now because of this because of this meeting and similar meetings, because that's the other thing. This communication thing comes up in every single fucking meeting I've ever been to at this company since I started here
4 years ago. I've been in different positions for 4 years now at this company. And it comes up in every single one of these employee forums. There's always that is one of the bullet points is communication. Every single fucking time. It's just, this was the first meeting where it took over the entire meeting, that they didn't get through the rest of the things that they wanted to talk about. And maybe, I think it was needed, definitely needed, honestly. Fully fucking needed. But I think part of the reason that it's never hit management so hard is because usually it's the last bullet point that everyone talks about. And this time, because it was such a big impact on the company, because they lost a lot of fucking patients because of this, because they were pissed off, rightfully so, it became like the main focal point. And so we actually hashed it out versus trying to squeeze it into like 10 minutes time, being like, oh, there's been a lack of communication. Okay, we'll work on it. No, this time we had angry people, very fucking angry people. And again, rightfully so. And we've had multiple complaints from the patients who were scheduled for these appointments and came in only to find out the doctor had quit a month prior. And some of these patients came in, and this was actually how the receptionist at the time learned about it, because they had 1 or 2 patients come in early for their appointments, and they were like, hey, does the doctor even work here anymore? Because I heard he doesn't. And they were like, yeah, he does. He should be here now. Because they didn't fucking know, but the patient did. That's some fucking bullshit. That's some bullshit. So yeah, because I'm tired of all the bullshit at this company, I'm ready to find a different job. I'm so ready. I wish in my heart of hearts that I was making enough money, was publishing fast enough, good enough, well enough, whatever you want to call it. I honestly wish that I could make writing a full-time job. Like, it would be super wonderful nice for this to be a full-time job, and I'm not there yet, if I ever get there. But weeks like this, where like I have the lack of sleep, the stress, and all that stuff because of a job that's not even fucking worth it. And like, honestly, I need to get over this because it happens so often. Like, I should just let it roll off my back like water off a duck's back. But like, I shouldn't have to, because it's bullshit. Like, can you use some common fucking sense, people? Obviously not. No, we can't do that. That makes way too much sense. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I've been ranting for a while. I apologize. I didn't even talk about my writing update. I will chat with you guys later because my mic's dying, so I want to make sure I have a working mic before I talk about that. But I'll update you guys a little bit later about how writing related stuff is going. But that's it for now.
Alright, so I promised y'all an update. I have been home. I'm going to go take some medicine and go to bed after I eat. I have got cheese and Black Forest ham with egg and creamy sriracha sauce that I'm going to roll up and eat after it cools down a little bit. But I promised to tell you guys whether or not I've been writing and what I've been working on. And the answer is yes and no. Like, I have been writing. I am hopping about a bunch of different projects. This month I will have a video when I do my June-July wrap-up video, which should be coming, which should roll out. That video should roll out before this vlog does. But sorry. Suffice it to say that I'm going to be hopping around a bunch of different projects, mostly the Sultry Solstices series, which is a bunch of 7 short stories following 7 sisters as they fall in love with supernatural creatures. But I'm going to be working on those mostly, but I've got other projects I'll be working on as well, and just kind of hip-hopping around as I feel like it. On the first, I did some writing sprints with a JC. She was working on her own projects, and we were using the Forest app to do some writing sprints. And I wrote a bunch of words, I don't remember off the top of my head, on a project I'm currently calling Dragon Rider Romance, which I think I talked about in my last vlog, actually, when I did an update. Hopefully I've mentioned it. And then the Monday, yes, because today is Tuesday. Monday night into Tuesday night, I wrote
words for the 7th story in the Sultry Solstices, because I have the general idea of all 7 stories. The first 2 are written. The first one was originally published with an anthology before I came up with the idea of giving her 7 sisters. I knew she had sisters, but I didn't say how many. So I decided to give her 7 sisters, and they are the 7 daughters of a 7th daughter, so that it follows the 7th son of the 7th son kind of thing. I'm having a lot of fun with that. Also, all these stories take place on one of the solstices, whether it's winter or summer. So that's been fun to play around with too. And I had like the timeline of when the different events were going to happen, and I quickly decided that the 7th one was kind of going to be a precursor to all the previous ones, as well as like the end tie-in wrap-up, just because of the supernatural creature that the 7th sister gets introduced to and how it all works. And I've been having a lot of fun. Like, when I was doing the sprint with JC, I was like, I have an idea for the final line of the 7th story. So I went ahead and wrote some of the scene for that story so that I could get that final line in. And it's beautiful. I love it. Whether it'll stay or not, we'll see. My goal is that by the end of August, I would like to have the rest of that series like complete, at least the first draft, so that I can go back in and do some edits and stuff like that. So that is the goal. So I've been writing on 2 different projects so far. I don't know my word count off the top of my head. Doesn't matter right now. But suffice it to say, I am writing. The sprints with JC have been helping. We've been growing some plants in the forest app, and I've been using that time to write for the most part, or plot, or brain dump, or whatever it is I'm working on that deals with writing. And for my magical girl transformation, my goal is to get 2 sprints in, which is perfect because I can do those 2 sprints during my breaks at work. So yeah, that's what we've been doing basically. And it's been really helpful, and I really appreciate that JC was willing to do some sprints with me, because they have been keeping me focused and actually working, because she checks in afterwards and says, hey, how'd you do? I actually get work done instead of like futzing around. So that's been super helpful. And when I haven't been working on the writing stuff, I have been updating the the project list, because every once in a while I find a new file that it has a story idea in it, so I've been adding those to my master list. And I still plan on doing a video solely about the master list of projects and how I organize my files and stuff like that. So that's coming up soon, hopefully, sometime this month, I think. I think I scheduled it for August, but I'm not positive about that. And the changes I'm making, I'm just adding stuff to the list now. I'm not actually changing anything, so I'll be able to film that video no matter what. At this point, I've hit that point where I'm done fiddling with it. It's good to go. I've got so many files on Notion, and some of them have the same information. So what I'm doing is pulling all of that information into each individual project is what I'm doing. So yeah. So that's the 2 things I'm doing, is I'm working on the master project list and just like updating all the files. And when I'm not working on that, I am writing, or vice versa actually. When I'm not writing, I'm working on that. And then last night, I actually didn't work on anything writing related, because I am pretty certain I'm coming down sick. As you can tell by the cough. Like I said, I'm going to take some medicine, go to bed as soon as I finish filming the clip. And yeah, that is where I currently stand, what I've been doing, and how I've been accomplishing everything. I don't feel good. So I think Justin gave me his cold. It could be a combination of things. It could just be the stress from work too. I mentioned that in the last clip. I don't care. I'm not going to just solely blame Justin. I'm going to blame work too, just because I friggin' can. So I'm going to go eat my food, take some meds, and go to bed. Yeah. That's my plan. So I will chat with you guys later. Hopefully I'm feeling better later. We'll see. We'll see. Bye for now. So because JC doesn't think I can keep this short, I am going to try to keep this as short as possible. I am just wanting to do my wrap up of this week. Honestly, since the last clip, I haven't filmed anything because I did get sick. I have basically spent the past couple of days doing nothing but sleeping and working, and I have been awake long enough to get ready to go to work and go to work, or like eat something or go to the bathroom, and that's it. Like, I've been asleep otherwise. I've gotten more sleep in like 3 days than I have gotten in like the past 3 weeks, so that says a lot right there. So what have I been doing like today when I've been awake all day? Honestly, the answer is reading. Today has been the first day I've actually felt decent, and I have spent all day reading. That's all I've done. There has been no writing going on. I'm currently in the last sprint of my live stream. We are on sprint number 5, and we are doing this to wrap up our night, basically, so I can film this clip. Let's be real, it's just so I can film this clip. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. Hopefully next week's vlog is a little bit more going on, a little bit more writing related, a little bit more everything, and a little less ranty. Because I feel like I spent a lot of this vlog ranting, and I'm sorry about that. It's just that there was lots of feelings going on this week, especially with everything going on. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and close down this vlog for the week, and I will see you all in next week's vlog. Fly safe, Dragonlings.